Hey guys, Magnus Robert here bringing you another video. Today we're going to be doing part 1 of my Krusty the Clown event idea video. Now the reason why there's going to be a part 1 and a part 2 is because I had so many different ideas for this event. Originally I was going to make it a 5-act event, but then I kept going through like different Krusty episodes looking for kind of alternative kind of things, and I came to the conclusion that probably what's best is to do a part 1 and a part 2. So this is potential for an annual kind of thing, I guess. A little bit like what Game of Games has happened. You know how we got one last year and we've got another one this year. So there's a chance they could release the part 1 year, and then the next year they release the part 2. And this will be far better than Game of Games, trust me. So yeah, Obviously, I've done my quest lines, I've done my little prize track, and my what I think should be added in the in the store for premium. So yeah, let's go through it. The part 2 will be out probably next week, by the way, but for now this is part 1. So the startup is Krusty is thinking of retiring finally, but he needs to get his things in order first. So you make Krusty get his things in order for 6 seconds, and Kent Brockman reports on the 5th time that Krusty is going to be retiring. A mysterious figure tells Bart that he knows he can stop Krusty from retiring. He needs to contact a previous Sideshow, make Bart contact Sideshow, and then this will unlock Sideshow Bob if not unlocked already, and it will also unlock the event. And the mysterious figure, by the way, is kind of be like a blacked out kind of silhouette of a man with a bone in his hair. I wonder who that might be. Put your comments down below. So Act 1 currency will be kind of Krusty toys, and I know this is the evil Krusty doll, but just for kind of simple things, I've just put this one in. The Act 2 currency will be Krusty burgers. Act 3 currency will be agent contracts or agency contracts, and then the Act 4 currency will be Sideshow bones, as in like Sideshow's bones they put in their hair. So yeah, moving on, there will also be a Gills deal. This Gills deal will run throughout the entire event, and this will be the aging animal house with Toot Toot for 150 donuts, and she can help earn all the event currency, so each act's currency she can get. Now, the reason why I believe in Gills deals being added separately, I don't think Gills deals should be like a certain act's premium. For example, recently in the Game of Games 2 and also in the wrestling event, they've been releasing the Gills deals as like the Act like 3 premium or the Act 2 premium. I just don't think this is right. I think the Gills deals that are done best are either something which obviously reduces the price heavily, which is always what a Gills deal was, but they've kind of changed them now. Or the alternative thing for a Gills deal is it be adding a character that can actually earn all the event currency. And that's what God was when he was added in the Halloween event. God could earn all the event currency throughout all the different acts, and that's why he was such a useful character to have in that event. And I think Toot Toot here should actually be that. I think she should be a character that can help you earn event currency through each act, and she'll be added at the very start from a Gills deal, and she is able to be bought throughout the entire event. So at any point you can buy her, and that's what I believe that Toot Toot and the aging animal house should be. So in Act 1 store will be the Robber Krusty with gas for 120 donuts. So of course this is a costume for Sideshow Bob, not a costume for Krusty. Krusty for costume for Sideshow Bob. Gas is the place where Homer was kind of interviewed after Krusty, or I should say Sideshow Bob actually, after Sideshow Bob robbed the Quickie Mart. Homer was interviewed at Gas, so this is kind of across the road from the Quickie Mart. Obviously just a bit of a random placement, I guess, but it appeared in the episode, so that's why I've kind of put those two together. I think it makes some kind of sense. So yeah, Robber Krusty with gas. So in the questline Sideshow Bob, Bart says, out of kind of shock, Bob tells Bart that he isn't interested in killing him, he just wants to help Krusty get his career back on track. Make Bart do as Bob says, make Bob come up with a plan, and make Springfielders earn Krusty toys. And this will unlock a pile of Krusty merch, which is seen here. Obviously this is in the Krusty Gets Busted episode. Sideshow Bob instructs Bart to plant a bundle of cash in Krusty's mansion, which he does. Sideshow Bob tells Wiggum that the Quickie Mart's recent robbery was committed by Krusty, and he can find the squishy soaked cash in Krusty's home. So make Bart plant cash, make Bob laugh, make Wiggum investigate, and make Springfielders earn Krusty toys, and this will unlock Sticht Fair. And this is a mansion that Krusty has. It's actually different to the mansion that we already have in the game. It's a completely separate building. It looks completely differently. Also, it has its own, obviously the house, the mansion. It has its own name. This kind of version of Krusty's home actually only appears in the Bart the Fink episode. It doesn't actually appear when Krusty gets busted, but I've kind of thrown it in here anyway, just because it was kind of like a loose item, if you will. Yeah, it's only appeared once, so I guess if you kind of want to take it as canon, after Krusty kind of goes bankrupt, he loses this mansion and then eventually buys the one that we already have in the game. So, I don't know, I think it'd be kind of cool to get this particular mansion. So yeah, moving on, Wiggum tells Krusty he's under arrest for robbing the Quickie Mart. Bart tells Wiggum to check the feet of the perp, but Wiggum assures him that he already has. Bart asks Sideshow Bob how did he get away with it, and he tells him that he had feet surgery. Make Bob show off his new feet, make Wiggum arrest Krusty, make Springfielders earn Krusty toys, and this will unlock Prisoner Krusty as a costume for Krusty. So this will have a yellow face for him, and he'll be in that kind of jumpsuit. Yeah, the mysterious figure returns and tells Bart that he got the wrong Sideshow. He was really meaning he should contact Corporal Punishment, but now he must free Krusty and clear his name. Make Bart try to get confession, make Sideshow Bob fool Bart's plots, and make Springfielders earn Krusty toys, and this will unlock the Choices stage. So this is a bit of an interior. I know I've kind of said I hate these in the past, but it was kind of the only thing I could think of to fill out this prize track. So yeah, this will be like this little stage with the little two seats. That's all it will be, and it will have an animation for Bob, which will be kind of present choices, or I don't know, something like that. Basically just him on there kind of talking like through a mic or something. The mysterious figure tells Bart to appear on Sideshow Bob's new show again and be super nice to him, kiss his ass. Bart goes on Bob's show and tells the audience that Bob is far too clever to frame Krusty again. Bob gets mad at this and tells everyone how he did it. Make Bob get arrested, make Krusty be released, make Bart celebrate, and make Springfielders earn Krusty toys, and this will unlock the district attorney, who might, kind of say, oh yeah, Krusty's innocent, Sideshow Bob, you'll go to prison, kind of thing. Obviously the district attorney appears in this episode. Now he's the district attorney for the state that Springfield is in. So yeah, it makes sense to add him. It kind of fits into the Krusty gets busted thing, and it'd be a kind of cool final prize to get in this act. Anyway, moving on to Act 2. In the store is going to be the inflatable Krusty Burgers with the Krusty Burglar for 120 donuts. So obviously it's a anime decoration character combo. So in the Krusty Burglar questline, the mysterious figure tells Krusty that due to his recent arrests, Krusty Burger's stock rates have dropped, or stock prices have dropped. Krusty gasps and tells his team that he must do a new advert. Make Krusty do an advert, make Springfielders earn Krusty Burgers, and this will unlock the Krusty Studio, which is right here. I know that this is technically in the Krusty Lou Studios, but I think it'd be kind of cool to get like a separate kind of little studio that has the Krusty Show kind of plastered on it. This could be a decoration, to be honest. It doesn't have to be a building. A decoration would be fine. Ron, Krusty's agent, obviously, tells Krusty that his food companies in eastern countries have increased due to his crime, so maybe he should advertise himself as kind of like a bad boy figure. So make Krusty act bad, make Springfielders earn Krusty Burgers, and this will unlock the Krusty's Fried Chicken. So this is obviously a kind of off branch of Krusty Burger that exists in China. Obviously it's in the episode with Madame Wu. The mysterious figure tells Krusty that this has just ruined his American stock rates. Now investors are demanding their money back. Lisa tells Krusty that maybe introducing a vegan line of food could help gain him new hip investors. So you make Krusty throw out meat products, make Lisa come up with a vegan recipe, make Springfielders earn Krusty Burgers, and this will unlock the Krusty Burger statue, which you can see right here. Won't have the little crack in the groin, obviously, but yeah, just a kind of little statue. Krusty tells Lisa that this has worsened his profits, and the Krusty Burglar hasn't really been helping either. Ron tells Krusty that this is all good as the Chinese branches of Krusty Burger have skyrocketed, and his Chinese investors are helping increase his American profits by investing in the American stock market. Make Krusty praise China, make Krusty reintroduce meat burgers, make Springfielders earn Krusty Burgers, and this will unlock the Krusty Co. sweatshop. So this is like a sweatshop that exists in China, I guess, that makes, I think they actually make like Krusty Burger things as well, so it kind of fits into this act, but yeah, I think it's at least I think it's China. It might actually be America. Who the hell knows? I forget exactly where exactly that building is located. Anyway, the mysterious figure tells Krusty that all that Krusty needs to do now is to have a new face for Krusty Burger. Krusty tells him that it needs to be someone who is loyal, helpful, and has gotten him out of a sticky situation. The mysterious figure says, "Here's my card," and Krusty replies, "That bearded lady I know." Make Krusty contact the bearded lady, make Springfielders earn Krusty Burgers, and this will unlock Sideshow Bearded Lady. She doesn't actually have a name, so she actually appears in the Bart the Frink episode as well. Bart the Fink episode. But she doesn't, she just kind of is seen at Krusty's funeral. She's not actually a big character at all, but there's the one wiki, the wiki I don't normally use. They listed her as Sideshow Cassandra, but I'm pretty sure they just made that up. Yeah, I think she should just be called Sideshow Bearded Lady, or just called the Bearded Lady. Something like that. Anything will do. But yeah, I don't know. I think it would be kind of cool just to get her as a final character. Moving on to Act 3, sorry. So you're going to get the in-store. It's going to pop up with the Rundown Talent Agency with Annie Dubinsky for 150 donuts. So yeah, this is obviously the little talent agency that she was at, her office is at, and obviously, yeah, so that's that character. Anyway, Krusty tells Ron that after all that's happened, he feels he needs a new agent. The mysterious figure tells Krusty that Ron is the best he can get, but Krusty doesn't agree. Make Krusty look for a new agent, make Springfielders earn agent contracts, and this will unlock Village ID, which is a little kind of comedy club that Krusty performed at when he was younger. Annie tells Krusty that she would be more than happy to help Krusty with his show business, but Krusty isn't sure as she went crazy the last time. Ron tells Krusty if he continues looking for a new agent, he will have to pull some strings to get him fired. Make Krusty scout for agents, and that will be at the Village ID. Make Springfielders earn agent contracts, and this will unlock the firing cannon. So a little bit different to the cannon we already have in the game. This is the one that Krusty kind of gets fired from. Apparently it was in his contract that he literally has to be fired from a cannon when he gets fired. So funny little decoration. And this will include a funny little animation of Krusty getting fired out of that cannon. Sideshow Bob reveals that he's in charge of the network now and tells Krusty that he is fired. Krusty is broke and hopeless, so you make Krusty get fired from the firing cannon, make Krusty be down in the dumps, and make Springfielders earn agent contracts. And this will unlock the Clown Plaza Hotel. So haven't got the whole building here because it kind of does like a pan up, but that's perfect because they can easily design it now. So yeah, here's like the entrance, and then that's the top with the sign. So it will just be kind of like an office, and almost like an office type building, but it will have this kind of cool sign at the top, which is cool. Anyway, Krusty tells Annie that he must resort to her to get his show back on the air, but she tells Krusty that she is done with him after he rejected her before. Bart tells, like, when I say before, here. Bart tells Krusty he will help him get a show on track, so you make Krusty sleep at the Clown Plaza Hotel, make Bart get sad about no Krusty, and this will unlock the off-Broadway deli, which is here. So like a cool little building. Obviously this is where Krusty and Annie, when they were younger, where they had like, I guess, a little date or a business meeting. Anyway, Bart begs Ron to help get Krusty back on tracks, and he reveals that he has missed working for Krusty. Ron talks to Diana, who is the boss to Sideshow Bob's boss, or is Sideshow Bob's boss or whatever, and he asks her to fire Bob. Ron asks her to fire Bob, and she completely agrees. So you make Bob get fired, make Krusty get his show back on track, and make Bart celebrate, and this will unlock Ron Rabinowitz, I think that's how you say it, I don't know, which of course is Krusty's regular agent. So this is the kind of agent that he I guess canon has. This is actually his agent. I think it makes sense for Annie to be premium because she was like a guest star character. Whereas Ron obviously has had multiple appearances, so I think it kind of makes sense for him to be the final character in this act. And anyway, Act 4, the final act, comes along, so you're going to get Yiddle's jokes with the Clown Doctor for 150 donuts, obviously. And then in the quest line, we have... So Ron tells Krusty that now he has sorted out his business dealings, that he can get his finale show back on track. Krusty tells Ron that he wants all the old sideshows to return for his last big show. So you make Ron make some calls, make Krusty prepare for his final show, make Springfielders earn sideshow bones, and this will unlock the Museum of Sandpaper, which you can see here. Pretty cool building. Moving on, Krusty tells Mel that he needs him to plummet into the Museum of Sandpaper for the grand finale, but Mel reveals he and Sideshow Bob have now created their own show, and he will not be appearing in Krusty's finale. Krusty panics. So you make Krusty beg Mel, make Springfielders earn Sideshow Bones, and this will unlock Krusty's car, which you can see right here. This is another thing which I'm quite surprised has never actually made it into the game yet. This car has made several different appearances. Obviously, there's kind of like a running gag where Krusty gets out all these like clowns out of the car. Maybe they could add an animation with that as well, actually, where an animation for Krusty to kind of get all the clowns out of the car. That could be kind of funny. So Krusty tells Ron that he needs a sideshow for his grand finale or else it will fail and he will never be remembered properly. Make Krusty search for his clown car, make Springfielders earn sideshow bones, and this will unlock Alfonsi. I want to say also Ron is going to say to Krusty that all the sideshows are cancelled, that none of them want to be there. But you'll unlock Alfonsi, which is, of course is this little puppet here. So I think there should be like a little chair, and then the puppet should just be sitting on the chair, and then obviously this will unlock an animation as well, and that animation is right here. Do ventriloquism. Obviously it'll be Krusty, he'll have this little mustache on, and then he'll be holding Alfonsi. The mysterious figure tells Krusty that he has a perfect sideshow for him, but Krusty isn't convinced. He asks Ron to get a test audience of kids to test out if Alfonsi will do as a sideshow. Make Krusty do ventriloquism, make kids ×5 obviously watch Krusty's test show, and make Springfielders earn sideshow bones, and this will unlock the Pillow Factory. Another kind of cool building. Obviously these two buildings fitting together. And then there is going to be a final prize, a final character, but I haven't revealed who it is yet. Now I think my plan here is, what I think they should do is actually keep this final character out of the character collection and out of the files so no one can actually see it, and literally when Act 4 drops they'll do like a little mini update and a mini in-game update where they'll actually add the character they'll add this prize track I guess and add the character to the character collection, and that character is... So Bart tells Krusty, we'll go through the last part first. Bart tells Krusty that his show sucked, especially because the puppet looks so creepy. Krusty admits that his show is a failure and he will just have to fade away and be forgotten. The mysterious figure says no and reveals himself. It's Luke Perry. He tells Krusty he'll help him put on the best finale ever. Make Krusty follow Luke Perry's lead, make Bart cheer on Krusty, make Springfielders earn Sideshow Bones, and this will of course unlock Luke Perry as the final prize. And he was the mysterious figure all along with the bone in the hair. Now, obviously Luke Perry is a real person, so there is a very good chance that we won't get him. Also, another reason why we might not get Luke Perry is Luke Perry unfortunately did pass away fairly recently, a few years ago now. So, is it likely we'll get Luke Perry? No. I'll be straight with you, probably not. But I kind of like the idea of them doing almost like a tribute to Luke Perry. Make him a freemium character. Don't obviously charge money for him, and do something kind of be nice. Kind of do like a little respectable tribute to the actor. Now, they have obviously added real people in the past, and they've added obviously real people who are dead and real people who are alive. Obviously, real people who are alive. Stephen Hawking at the time, he was alive when they added him, and obviously Weird Al Yankovic, who was alive at the time. Also Matt Groening, but I don't really count Matt Groening because he's a show creator, so obviously he'd be fine with being added in the game. I'm not sure what the rule is here, because obviously if the celebrity in question isn't happy with their portrayal, then they have the right to obviously, I guess, sue for using their image. Also, obviously, if they're using their image as well, they could, they have the right to sue. But Family Guy stuff gets away with this shit all the time. It's bizarre to me. They just add it willy-nilly. They don't care. So I honestly do not know what the rule is here. So I don't know if there is any consistency as such, but I don't know. I feel like if they were to do some sort of nice tribute, I don't think his family and friends would be that bothered with him being added in the game. So that's just my opinion on it. I just thought I'd say that because I guess that is the reason why it's unlikely we will get him. Obviously, if not, we could just get any other random character, I guess. But I think it would be nice if it was Luke Perry. Anyway, the epilogue, Krusty and Luke Perry are ready to put on the great show, make Luke Perry perform, make Krusty perform, and make the kids ×5 watch the finale. Krusty then thanks Luke Perry, but he decides that he isn't quite ready to retire. Make Krusty plan next week's show, and that concludes the event. So we have some tasks. For Toot Toot, we have Cry for 60 minutes, animation, Eat Bananas for 4 hours, Come Out of Retirement for 6 hours, Hug Son for 8 hours, that will be with Mr. Teeny. Her hugging Mr. Teeny. Climb the church with Bart, that will be a 12-hour animation at the church. And then spend time with Son for 24 hours. This will be at Krusty Lou Studios. This will be at Krusty Lou Studios. Eat Bananas will be at the Aging Animal thing, obviously. And then we have the Rubber Krusty costume for Sideshow Bob. Rob the Quickie Mart for 60 minutes, that will be an animation. Him outside the Quickie Mart holding the gun and the cash, just like Snake's task. Work on disguise for 4 hours. Get feet resized for 6 hours. Work on disguise, that could be anywhere. Same with, I guess that could be hospital to get feet resized. Rob gas for 8 hours, that will be at the gas station that he comes with. Eat a hot dog for 12 hours, that will be an animation. And then serve time for 24 hours, that will be at the prison. Then we have the kind of, I guess, prison inmate Krusty. Avoid the press for 60 minutes. That will be a bunch of kind of cameras flashing and him covering his face. Object in court for 4 hours. That will be at the courtroom. Talk to lawyers for 8 hours. That will be, I guess, could be at his apartment. That could be at Schwitt, whatever he's called. That mansion that I was talking about before that he comes with, or is in the prize track with him. Defend himself for 12 hours. This will be him kind of standing up, kind of speaking and then crying as he does in the episode, and then serve time for 24 hours, obviously at the prison. Then we have the district attorney, prevent evidence for 60 minutes. This will be like him putting a videotape in a little TV and it playing, I guess, some security footage, maybe of the Robin Krusty thing. Look at bribe offers for 4 hours. That will be at the courtroom. Deal with court cases for 8 hours. Obviously the courtroom. Object for 12 hours. It will be him kind of maybe a little table in front of him and him throwing his fist in the air or his finger in the air, kind of wagging it maybe. And then draft up a new case for 24 hours. Obviously at the courtroom. We have the Krusty burglar. I've only just noticed this now, but it kind of looks bad because it's almost like I've structured this act on their heights, obviously, because they're both little people, so I didn't do that intentionally, I swear, but I've just noticed that now. Anyway, creep around for 60 minutes. That'll be the little Krusty burglar doing his little kind of creeping. Plot a heist for 4 hours. That will be at the, I don't know, that could be at the Brown House, I guess. Steal a burger for 6 hours. That will be at the Krusty Burger. Try to replicate Krusty Burgers for 8 hours. That could be at the Brown House, I guess. And get beaten up by Homer for 12 hours. That's an animation of Homer beating the shit out of the Krusty burglar. And then serve time for 24 hours. That will be at the prison. Then we have the bearded lady. Serve burgers for 60 minutes. That one will be animated. I forgot to put an A, but that will be animated. Her little, kind of like a little tray and her kind of serving burgers. Attend another Krusty funeral for 4 hours. That could be anywhere. I guess that could be church. Help in a Krusty show for 8 hours. That'll be Krusty Lou Studios. Cry for Krusty. That's 12 hours. Her sitting on a chair crying as she does in that picture. And then promote Krusty Fried Chicken for 24 hours. That will be at the Krusty Fried Chicken. And then we have Annie. Wipe off Krusty's makeup for 60 minutes. Animation. That will be her looking like this and wiping her face. Help Krusty with a comeback for 4 hours. Krusty Lou Studios, of course. Get some food for 6 hours. That will be at the deli that you saw before. Look for a clown date. That will be at the Plaza Hotel, the Clown Plaza Hotel. Go crazy for 12 hours. That will be this here, her riding around this little golf cart thing around town. Find a new client for 24 hours. That will be at her, rundown talent agency thing. And then we have Ron. Discuss business for 60 minutes. That will be him in a hot tub. So the hot tubs that we already have in Springfield, he'll spawn into one of them, and he'll be kind of sitting like this. Find new slideshows for 4 hours. That will be at the UPA talent agency that's already in the game. Find Krusty more gigs for 8 hours. That will be at the same building. Be overflown with paperwork for 12 hours. That will be him kind of like looking at loads of paperwork and throwing it on the floor and kind of being shocked. And then find new work for 24 hours. That could be at the UPA talent agency as well. Then we have the clown doctor. Dance for 60 minutes. It'll be him swaying to side, kind of doing a little jig. Record a show for 4 hours. That will be Krusty Lee Studios. Get in the car clown for 6 hours. That will obviously be at Krusty's clown car. Save Krusty's life for 8 hours. That will be him, Krusty, in the hospital. Take out tools for 12 hours. That will be him kind of getting out all of his medical tools from a little case maybe. And then help out at Yiddles for 24 hours. That will obviously be over at Yiddles. And then we have Sideshow Luke Perry. So we got make things with balloons for 60 minutes. That will be an animation. Get sanded for 2 hours. That will be the Museum of Sandpaper. Record a show for 4 hours. That will obviously be at Krusty Lee Studios. Perform a stunt in the Pillow Factory for 6 hours. That will obviously be at the Pillow Factory. Go to hospital for 8 hours. That will be at the hospital. Get fired out of a cannon for 12 hours. That will obviously be an animation of him in the cannon. And then prepare for his last show for 24 hours. That will obviously be at the Krusty Lee Studios, I guess. I want to say his last show, I mean Krusty's last show. Anyway, that is it for the act. For the event, sorry, not the act. That is it for the event. So yeah, tell me your thoughts, guys. I think this theme, kind of just Krusty as a theme, actually works really well. I think there's loads of potential things to add. Obviously, like I said, there is going to be a part 2 to this. I'll have this out next week. I just need to work on the quest line and some tasks for it, but it will be out next week. And yeah, we'll kind of go through that as well. So yeah, tell me your thoughts, like I said, and I shall see you in the next video. Goodbye.